Ladies and gentlemen, the members of the Rugby World Choir will now perform the National Song of Scotland and National Anthem of Australia.
So the anthem's sung in some style as the Australians get set for the latest defence of their title. Quick look at the reserves bench.
Yes, you've got a great deal of depth there for Australia, of course. Cobain, Vickham and Baxter. Jeremy Paul, we'd love to see him get on there in the second half. A great then Giddo, if he doesn't come on at half time, he'll come on after that.
Cameras focusing very much on the number 10 for Scotland, Chris Patterson. Inspirational, elusive and given a vote of confidence by Ian McGeechan. We're all set then for the second quarter-final. Chris Handy, Greg Martin, Tim Horan and Gordon Bray are your commentators.
Recovering from a shoulder construction or reconstruction. Steve Walsh, the young New Zealander, the man who was in a bit of hot water. He was suspended for 3 days following an exchange with the England trainer Dave Redden after the Samoan test. But he's one of the fittest and fastest of the international referees.
It isn't often you say about the referee that he's back returning after suspension, is it? Born on my birthday, the 28th of March.
Steve Walsh gets the second quarter-final underway, and immediately David Lyons, the big Australian number 8, takes it outside the 22. Well, the Scots have been written off by everyone. They've been described as hopeless, clueless, a joke. Bob Dwyer, the Wallaby coach, even said that Australia can win this game blindfolded. Let's see, because the Scots have shown before they know all about form reversals.
Well, there you see Stephen Larkin, the early kick just off the side of his boot. He needs to get the kick a lot further downfield.
So taken at the back, and that's Stuart Grimes, who jumped superbly last week against Fiji. We're on the 10-metre line in Australian territory.
Well, a good result for the Wallabies from the line-out. Redpath pointing out Phil Waugh, but he was still attached when it all mauled around. So long as he stays attached, he's okay. And a good result for the Wallabies from the line-out.
So in the maul, it's use it or lose it. If you take the ball in and you don't get it back to your scrum half, the scrum feed goes the other way. Stay on your feet, the golden rule.
Not a convincing first scrum, Buddha.
No, it does make you wonder, doesn't it? And Steve Walsh just quick to penalise anyone going through. They're desperate, the Scots. I don't think you can write them off. They're fighting words, anything that's been written in the paper. But it's up to them to show tonight. And I think a bit of over-exuberance there, fired up by the occasion.
Yeah, the best way to blunt that enthusiasm of the Scots is for the Wallabies to keep the ball in hand.
Tim Horan is down on the touchline.
Well, I'm sitting about 2 metres away from this line out. The Australians short. Look for Wendell Sailor inside Steve Larkham. Or Mortlock early.
Well taken there by Harrison. Australia setting it up in midfield here. Scottish defence swarming up in the centre. Here's Gregan. And Larkham. Wendell Sailor. Referee playing advantage for some offside by Scotland. And there's an overlap here for the Wallabies. Scotland covering up pretty well. Gregan. Tackler there was Bruce Douglas.
Well, in that situation with the referee playing advantage, normally you would expect to see George Gregan take a shot for goal, but we've been told that if you take a shot for a field goal in that situation and miss, they're going to consider that the advantage. So George Gregan just bustling it forward.
So first chance for points here to the Wallabies at Suncorp Stadium, and they're going to have a shot for goal. It's Elton Flatley coming up, but here's the offside, and the referee signalling the number 8 was the man. It's 0-0. So Flatley is about 37 metres out. Elton Flatley, 26-year-old from the Brothers Club. 20 from 26 at the World Cup, 77% success rate. This for first points in the second quarter final. And he looks very comfortable on home turf. Elton Flatley, first blood for the Wallabies.
Well, the crowd cheering their hometown hero, Elton Flatley, fly half for the Queensland Reds, playing inside centre in the first time with Mortlock.
Rogers calls for it. Flatley outside. Australia moving it to Mortlock. And that's why he's been called into this Wallaby team. Stretching them out wide. Rogers getting very involved. 10 from halfway.
Great work from Phil Waugh, quick to the breakdown.
Now Larkin calling for it. Hines from behind. Smith without it. Scotland on the counter. Logan. Sailor across with Gregan. And Sailor there first.
Easily covered. Kenny Logan on the left wing there. In picture now, doesn't have great pace. Wendell had no problems at all, but it was Gregan who made the first attempt to cover a defence that made Logan kick it. The Wallabies had all the pressure on. It was defence that caused the cough up, and Logan, was hemmed in, just didn't have the pace to go on with it.
nor did he have the support. So a good start by the Scots, Tim Horan.
Oh, great start by Kenny Logan. Thought he was there. Well covered up in the end by Wendell Saylor coming back. Logan getting on the outside of him. He's come back around and survived.
This is Taylor. This striking number 8 for Scotland. Hines with a pick and drive and taken away by White. Scotland on the boil here. Townsend and Logan again. Elton Flatley in front. Taken away by Mather. But Scotland dominating in the early stages. Stephen Larkin with some initiative. Has pilfered. Young. Cannon goes wide to Gregan. And now Australia has an overlap. Here's Takiri. He's got the fullback in front here. But a great covering tackle. And Scotland come away. General play, no offside. Grimes up towards halfway. Frantic passage of play here. And Redpath in behind.
Great kick by Redpath. Nobody at home. Takiri up in the line. Rogers very flat. And a points decision to Scotland. Shocked early by Australia's width.
Well, it's well done there by Australia, chancing their arm in behind their 22. You see Takiri. Wasn't it a great covering tackle by Patterson coming across? Thought he was out. And Takiri didn't need to throw that pass.
Cannon doing well there and finding Harrison. Gregan as a first receiver. Lyons on the angle, running straight. And now Rogers on his favourite left boot. Plenty of distance on that one. And Australia out of the danger zone.
Matt Rogers outstanding. There's Joe Roff if he does make any errors. A lot of people believing that Roff's best position is at fullback. Hasn't had a go this World Cup. Omitted. May fire him up when he enters the field of play later. The Scots are playing on passion so far, but it's working because they also have some technique.
Well, they're good in the line-outs. Here's Patterson. And this is Taylor again as a focal point in attack. They're inside Australia's half. Redpath called by Patterson. In behind Takiri. Rogers there. Bounce important. And Rogers pretty composed in that last line, but again, good pressure from the Scottish team.
Well, I think we'll see that happen a little bit tonight. Chris Patterson putting the ball in behind the Australian back three, making them turn on Takiri's wing and also in behind Rogers. Make them make a decision, and the Scottish get a throw back in the line out.
That's Grimes again doing well. Patterson, worked move. Bullock the hooker. 30 metres out from the Wallaby goal line. Scotland with all the ball in the early stages. Henderson, grasped. Still 30 metres out.
Man holding on. The guy was on his feet over the top of you, number 3. Everything was okay, but he held on.
It was David Lyons made the tackle, and it was actually Nathan Sharp there made the tackle and then reached over and forced the penalty. They were calling at this stage, release, release, release. The referee was right onto it as well. Penalty Australia.
Scotland have given away 3 so far. That count would be worrying. You do that when you're as enthusiastic as they are.
So Steve Walsh working with his touch judges, Paddy O'Brien and Andre Watson. And Rogers taking play almost to the 10-metre line in Scotland's territory.
And now this is where the Wallabies need to start gaining some momentum, build into their structure, get their patterns of play working early.
So Harrison 4, lifting sharp, pinched by the Scots, just as the Irish did last week. Patterson rifles it over Rogers' head.